Hey everybody, welcome to the special Friday the 13th live stream. And I do hope that everybody can hear and receive me well. Welcome to the Freak Show. So I want to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons. Thank you all so much because your generosity make the live streams happen. And if you are a patron, don't forget there is a special Friday the 13th live stream for you tonight at 6 p.m. So yeah, there'll be a second one, but again, that's only for the patrons. What's up, Eli? It's great to have you, BRT. And Glenn Murphy, yeah, hey, it's so great to have you. So guys, what we're going to talk about is, let's start with like the scariest Friday the 13th that you've ever had, okay? For me, that happened whenever, this was like 1998 or 99. Anyway, I went to the Nightmare Factory here in Austin with my best friend, Britt, and we took a couple of our best guy friends with us, and after the Nightmare Factory, Gunnar Hansen was actually there autographing poster or, you know, whatever stuff you had. And I had a Leatherface poster. I took it with me and I got it autographed. And immediately after that, my friends and I went to Mount Bunnell. And then right when we were leaving, like this weird animal was in the woods and it was growling at us and it was shaking the trees very violently. And my friend Nathan and I just ran and we left Britt and the other person behind just like completely. And I still, after like 30 years of friendship with Britty, I still feel fucking terrible for leaving her that night. But it was Friday the 13th and something was in the woods, damn it. It growled, and then all of a sudden the tree shook violently as if it were coming at us. And that's all I needed to know. I'm a Texas gal and I'm smart, so I got the fuck out of there. So it is so great to have you all. Sharon, it's great to have you. AJ, Sharon and AJ are also patrons. So Sharon and AJ, don't forget that at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 hours from now, we're going to have a special patron-only live stream, okay? And even $1 donation earns you these live streams. So I'm just appreciative of everybody that's here and everybody that does help contribute to the channel because your generosity helps keep it going with me. So BRT, oh, and congratulations to Ben. Ben won the $10 gift card that I gave out last live stream with the Nirvana live stream. So congratulations to Ben. BRT says that NASA skips number 13 and their flight numbering since Apollo 13. Well, and I would hope that they, yeah, absolutely. That was a good movie with Tom Hanks if you guys have never seen it. So put what the scariest thing has ever happened to you guys in the comments. I'll take a couple real quick. And let's talk about some of the scariest crap that has ever happened to you on Friday the 13th. And also if it's happened to you on Halloween, you know, put it into the comments. What the hell? I did still I had that Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre poster. It was really expensive. It was like a $40 poster because it was a I think it was an original print. And it was signed by Gunnar Hansen. So of course, when you live in Austin and you're young and you don't leave a lock on your door when you have roommates, things disappear very fast. So that was a live and learn situation. So tonight, excuse me. It's been such a fast day already. I've been up since like 6 o'clock this morning and it just feels like it should already be dinner time. So my mind is kind of double timing it. It's also thundering and lightning outside, which is so weird for a Friday the 13th. You know, it's actually kind of cool. So in just a minute, we're also going to move on to what we're going to do tonight. Personally, since I am a mom, as you guys know, I have popcorn, I have candy, and I have soda water, which is all of the bad elements to have for children. And so we're going to stay up and we're going to watch scary movies together. Now, I am a mother and I love movies. So last summer, the days that it was too hot in Austin, we stayed inside and we watched some of my favorite movies from as a kid. Now, I've realized now that I must watch these movies first before my kids do because the toy As innocent as that movie is, I watched it with my kids because I love Richard Pryor. God rest his soul. And I thought it was just one of my favorite movies from when I was a kid. Master Bates, that still gets me even to this day. And that was just one of my favorite movies. I showed it to my kids, and I did not realize like the incredible amounts of racism in there. And my kids go to a tremendously diverse school. They don't they know about racism, but it's just something that it's not their environment. So they know it's there, but they don't understand it. And for them to see that in a child's movie, they were very confused, and they didn't really enjoy the movie as like I would have. So that was very much a lesson learned. And of course, Johnny Dangerously was one of my favorite movies from when I was a kid, guys. Show it to my kids, and then all of a sudden my kids start calling people fargan ice holes. There's so much like sexual connotation in the movie that the first time we hit like the first one, I zipped it off. So this time I have picked movies that I know for a fact my kids will not be like, oh, what was that? Like I found Flight of the Navigator and Daryl, Troop Beverly Hills. So I have some really great classics to give the kids as a choice. And like I have the original black and white version of House on Haunted Hill and The Wolfman and Dracula. So we are going to have like a movie marathon. I mean, we're obviously not going to watch all those movies, but we're going to watch one funny and one scary. So what movies will you guys probably be watching tonight? Of course, I definitely have Friday the 13th. It's just that I have little kids, and if I fast forward through it, we can definitely watch Friday the 13th. Once I definitely fast forward through like the opening sequence, the next 15 minutes, I mean, there's just a lot of sex in the movie. So it's not like I can get up and go to the bathroom or go make some popcorn or grab a drink or something. It's not a movie you could step away from without another parent. And my husband just isn't like a horror movie buff like myself. And my kids, of course, will try like those low key horror movies. They won't try like Conjuring or anything like that. But that's because I would never allow them to do that. But, we're going to go with like the old school black and white horror movies tonight. So what are you guys going to watch? And let's see what was some really crazy things that have happened to you guys on Friday the 13th. Debbie says that every car accident I was in, she's been in 3, have happened on Friday the 13th. Oh my God, Debbie, that's freaking weird. And BRT agrees. Let's see. Strawbindal 4Ep says, I had candy once and it was thrown away in my room. It may not sound true, but it is very true. And Strawberry Bindal 4 episode said, may watch The Ring. The Ring was a really good one. I do have to agree. Glenn says that today would be a good day for Mr. Ryan Murphy to spill some AHS tea. That would definitely be a great day, Glenn, but I am more than convinced now that Ryan Murphy knows a lot about me, and he only introduces information on days where I cannot catch it. Like April 4th was when he did the For Your Consideration event, or he opened up to Deadline. I do apologize. It's one of those two. And then that's the day of my daughter's birthday. And then April 9th, he gave out some information, which was my anniversary. And then before that, he did another day. Oh, damn it. That was very important. I think it was my husband's birthday in January. And that's when Ryan had given out some more information. So I am convinced that Ryan Murphy knows like the basic fluctuations of me in my life, and he chooses those specific dates to specifically release information. I am convinced I should make a conspiracy theory video for it. That's something to definitely think about. What's up, Christian? It's nice to have you. And again, guys, don't forget, patron-only live stream tonight at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you want to be a patron, there's a link for it in the description. And again, even $1 accesses you to the live streams. And don't forget, guys, even $1 goes to pay to improve the channel and to pay for all the gift cards and prizes that I give out to everyone, which again, Ben just received a great $10 Amazon gift card from me in the last live stream. So if the patrons pick up a little bit, then I'm going to start giving out gift cards every single live stream, which I'm very much looking forward to because the American Horror Story weekly Wednesday live streams are going to start resuming here really fast. So I'm looking forward to kind of giving away some things there. Let's see what else. Madison Luke said something about Apollo 13. That movie was the bomb. Nothing scary happens to me on those holidays, but happens every other day. Oh, Madison, preach. I know. For Madison, Friday the 13th is cool. It's normal. But every other day could be a horrible horror movie. I gotcha. You never know what could happen. Let's see. Sharon says Friday the 13th. I take a few days to watch all of the Friday the 13th. And in just a moment, guys, we are going to start talking about all of the Friday the 13th, even the ratchet ones. And we've got to discuss our favorite Friday the 13th and the worst Friday the 13th. And have you even seen the Friday the 13th movies? Now, I do apologize. The live stream will only last about a good 20 more minutes, maybe 30. I still have a lot to do in preparation for my kids coming home. And of course, it's the weekend. So Mom has a lot of laundry to do and stuff to do for her kids. So BRT says, I'll probably watch Stranger Things season 2 episodes tonight. I really want to see season 2 BRT. I haven't had the time. I like to binge watch stuff, but it's only if I can actually sit down and watch it. And like, I'll have television shows on from Netflix, like Grace and Frankie and stuff like that, you know, I can maybe like get up and walk away from. And if I come back and I've skipped something, you know, it's okay because I've already seen it before. So if I put Stranger Things on, like while I'm doing my mom stuff, I'm going to miss important clues and details. And I don't want to go back and rewatch it because when I watch something the first time, it's very important to me. And I take heavy consideration when I watch something the first time. So BRT, I hope you enjoy because I cannot wait to watch Stranger Things season 2. Was it a good season 2, guys? If you've watched it, let me know in the comments and rate it 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, what you rate season 2. And if you haven't seen it, let me know too in the comments. We'll be in the I haven't seen Stranger Things season 2 club together. All right. Don't forget, guys, if you were enjoying the stream, don't forget to thumb it up and subscribe for more because obviously my patrons have been so generous to me. And I do apologize. I had to take a little bit of time away to, you know, it was my wedding anniversary, my kids' birthdays, and then we had the holidays. There really wasn't very much American Horror Story information. So it's, you know, time to kind of like pull things together and give you guys a lot more videos. And again, I'm still trying to finish up the Mondays Are Murder. I am waiting on a reply from one of the victims' families to include in the video. So there are reasons why they are being held up. I know Casey wants 911 episode 10 review. I swear to God, it's coming. Yeah, it's coming. So Christian says that he's going to probably rewatch the Insidious movies. Glenn Murphy said that when you said Dracula, it just reminded me that Bram Stoker, author of No, Mary Shelley, I believe, was Dracula. I know she did Frankenstein. Shit, maybe I am wrong. I'm sorry, Glenn Murphy. You were probably right. Lived like 20 minutes from me, and I need to go do a tour of his house. Oh my God! Glenn, seriously, you should. If you do, please join Freaks of AHS and post the pictures there on the Facebook. The link to the actual group is in the description. We would love to see those. A lot of our members go visit like Miss Robichaux's Academy in New Orleans. They live just like a few minutes away from Murder House. So they're very aware of when things are being shot there and what's going around certain locations. So the Freaks of AHS does have a lot of information for you guys in regards to American Horror Story. So come join us there. There's also my personal MaryGirl Moody Facebook page. And then, you know, Ash versus Evil Dead Junkies, which I love that show. Let's see. Mary, you have to make a conspiracy video. It would be amazing. I am, Glenn. I'm going to put that shit together. I think I'm going to work on that this weekend because unfortunately I injured the shit out of myself. And I'm not going anywhere or doing anything other than hanging on the couch watching movies with kids. um, Debbie says, woohoo, hope I'm still up, LOL. Okay, Debbie, I hope you can make it. If not, it'll still be there so you can watch it afterwards, okay? Debbie also says, totally, Mary, especially how he's reading your books and using your stuff. That's right. I need to put that in the conspiracy theory video too. This is going to be a big video. Strawberry, I think this is Strawberry Blonde Doll for episode said, season 2 is quite good of Stranger Things. Thank you so much. It's so great for your opinion. I will definitely do that after I'm done with the conspiracy video. And guys, since you're here, we are doing a conspiracy live stream, which I'm going to go on ahead and set up that live stream immediately after this. So we are probably going to do that video on Monday, April 30th. Okay. So maybe we should do Sunday night. Okay. I think what we'll do is Sunday night, April 29th, we're going to do the conspiracy theory video, because when I did my last live stream with the Kurt Cobain and the Nirvana stream, a lot of us were kind of talking the Kurt Cobain conspiracy. So I promised everybody that I would definitely do a conspiracy live stream. So let's set that for Monday, April 29th. I will have the link set up immediately after this live stream. Maybe just give me like 30 minutes. So don't forget to subscribe. And I'm sorry, it's one of my bells. So don't forget to subscribe so that way, and click the bell button so you can get notification for it. And I am so glad that you just mentioned that. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Glenn Murphy. King Giraffe Vlogs and Challenges. It's so great to have you. I'm glad you're here. Jordan Wagner says, Mary, thoughts on the Final Destination franchise? I liked number 1. Number 2 was okay. I think I remember number 3. Number 4. You okay, babe?
I just must go down.
Uh-oh. Do you need Venice's?
Yes, please.
Here you go. It doesn't have a password, and I'll charge this one. Thank you, my young one. So, Final Destination franchise. Number 1 was good. Number 2 was okay. Number 5, if that's the one that I remember correctly, that spoiler, guys, I am so sorry. That's the one that links the whole entire loops the whole movie together, because the end of one of these movies is the beginning of number 1. So, okay, if that makes sense. So I give the actual franchise a good watch. I mean, they're pretty good. I wouldn't rank them, the franchise, up there with like, like Dario Argento's franchises and stuff like that. But they were definitely worth the watch and worth owning, I'd say. Because if they were on TV, I'd watch them. I mean, I would probably watch them again so I could remember number 4, 5, and 3, and 6 and 7, and all that stuff. Valley, no, baby.
I like you kiss.
Oh, thank you. I love you. I don't want to leave lipstick marks on you again. So, yeah, thank you so much for that question, Jordan. Glenn says, Mary, have you seen the new trailer for Pose? It comes out June 3rd. I sure did, and it looked freaking fabulous. I am very excited for Pose. BRT says season 2 of Stranger Things is a 9-star for me. Some very good curveballs. Woo! I like that. King Giraffe Vlogs and Challenges says, I watched Stranger Things season 2. BRT, but the link for the Facebook group. And Sam says, hi. What's up, Sam? I know, and I agree with Sam that I'm going to be pretty pissed with American Horror Story if Billy Lord does not return for season 8. So far, guys, check out my video. I give you the most update on the cast and all that stuff, so you can definitely go to that one. Christian says, speaking of AHS, I hope Mare Winningham comes back and actually survives an episode. I know, right? She hasn't made it in very many episodes except like for Hotel. And Hotel, she made it, but spoiler, she didn't make it, obviously, the entire season. So, okay, it is about to be 12:20. Let's go on ahead and let's talk about the Friday the 13th movies. Okay, now, let's talk about our favorite Friday the 13th movie. For me, it has to be the first and original one of all time, the first Friday the 13th. So you guys are probably saying, yeah, that's obviously a given. I think out of the entire franchise that everybody would have to say that the first one is their favorite. It sets the story off, and it's got a great twist ending. I don't really think anybody saw that, and for the 70s, that was very creative thinking, I have to say. So I should have grabbed the movies. I have basically all the movies in my room. I've been looking at this cute little box set, but I don't have anything after movie 8. And if you guys have not watched them, there is the Friday the 13th television series, which has absolutely nothing to do with the movie. And it's freaking fabulous. I mean, oh my God. Google Friday the 13th, the series. The last time I was at Fry's, I saw season 1, which I think they only made 1 season. It's possible they made 2. I'm not sure about it. But it was a great show. They had it for cheap. They had it for like $9.99, all the discs. And I was an idiot for not buying it. I seriously was an idiot. But it was a fantastic show. It was about this antique owner who sold cursed items. And after he dies, his daughter and like another person, I believe this is the storyline, they come together to recollect all of the cursed items and put them back in the store. So let me know in the comments if you guys have watched Friday the 13th, the series. And if you have, what did you think of it? So the first movie, again, has to be my favorite. Now, the second one behind that, I do have to say part 2 was pretty good. Let's see. Let me go on ahead and I do have to say that I love the Friday the 13th series a lot. I do probably love them more than the Michael Myers series, but they do fall underneath the Freddy Krueger series. I'm an old school 80s gal, and I was born in the 70s and grew up in the 80s. And when you grew up, when these movies actually came out into the theater, whoa, they really hold like a great place in your horror movie heart on that. So yeah, part 1 and part 2 were pretty great. I'm trying to, no, not the series. Okay. Well, I actually did pull up the television series. Holy moly, it looks like they do have episode 1 on YouTube. So let me go on ahead and pause this and put the link into the chat for you guys. Michael Myers had a series. No, darling, I'm sorry. I hope I didn't confuse you guys. Only Friday the 13th had a series. But if I place the franchise in order, I would say Friday the 13th falls in between Michael Myers and Nightmare on Elm Street. The franchise, not the series. I apologize. So, okay, here's a link. And if you guys want to spend the day, you can watch the entire Friday the 13th. Yeah, it looks like they had this person right here, Outer Limits, Linko's team, Hellas. Looks like they have all of them. So go give them some love. Watch their videos and hit the thumbs up button to them so that way they won't get taken down. So I definitely give the series a thumbs up. It had nothing to storyline or plot-wise do with Friday the 13th, the franchise. So, I mean, it was still, it's Friday the 13th. And, you know, if you want to watch something cool on Friday the 13th that is named Friday the 13th, go for this. It's a really great series. So, let's see. Oh, AJ says that they made 2 seasons, and Sharon YB says that she has the series. Really, Sharon? Oh my God. I would like, so you own them like on DVD? If you do, Sharon, I really want to see a picture. Like, would you mind DMing me a picture? I'm so sorry. I like to see other people's collections and admire them too. So AJ says Last House on the Left. And, you know, I have to say, Last House on the Left was a good movie. It was all about woman power and the fact that you don't want to screw with the woman. But, you know, for me, I'm not like the torture rape kind of movie person. That's just not my thing. I did watch Last House on the Left like when I was 12 and kind of wished I'd been wiser and really thought that Wes Craven was a real sick son of a bitch for making this movie. But it was a good movie. Oh, excuse me. Last House on the Left. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. I'm also thinking about I Spit on Your Grave. those are two like the same premise, except I think Last House on the Left for me was much more violent. Poetic Sparrow says, when you mentioned Dario Argento, I'm reminded of the Masters of Horror. The opening theme gets me excited. As the Are You Afraid of the Dark theme when I was little. Poetic Sparrow. I do own the Dario Argento Masters of Horror DVDs, like it's the Pelts, the Jennifer, and the Master of Horror was a good movie. I think you can actually see those two on YouTube. But they were really good. I agree with you completely. What do you guys think was the worst Friday the 13th movie and the worst horror movie ever made of all time? The worst Friday the 13th movie, I would have to say, is two. Number one is Part 8, when Jason Takes Manhattan. But I love that campy, crappy B-grade Friday the 13th Part 8. So it kind of is the worst for me, but since I like it, I'm not going to place it as the worst. I think, excuse me, the worst one had to have been when Jason Goes to Hell, like the final Friday. It was a really good one, but it just made no sense to the movie. And, you know, the one with the babies and, you know, it just didn't make any sense. And it just really stepped away from the franchise. I just didn't really associate or like it. And I even think that the Jason X one where he was in space was much better than Jason Goes to Hell. So let me know again which one of the Jason movies you hated in the franchise. Let me know in the comments and let me know what your favorite one was. So let's see. Poetic Sparrow says, I'm dying to dye my hair purple, but excited for the conspiracy live stream. I know, guys, I am excited too. So write down your favorite conspiracies. If you want to message them to me, go ahead. That way I can kind of look them up. And it's going to be like a 2-hour live stream. And in order to do that and maintain some sort of normalcy, I'm going to make a schedule of topics that we're going to cover. So if you want your topic covered, I will probably make a video of how to get everybody together and let me know so I can actually make a timeline and we can actually talk about what you want to talk about as well. So why are we staring at a pug unicorn? Yeah, I know. It's we're in my kids' room. My daughter wanted to be up here today, so or this morning. So we are up here so I can be close to Valley and not downstairs and far away from her. Sharon says there are 3 seasons of Friday the 13th. Oh my goodness. Love you too. Holy moly. I wonder if they have all of them on the YouTube. Debbie says I might watch a documentary on Shudder about Crystal Lake and the Friday the 13th franchise. Oh, I would love to see that too. Sounds like a Freddy series would have kicked ass. It really would have. AJ says, I think part 3 was the worst the story had since no one tried to make Jason an attempted rapist and the characters were forgettable. And the only reason it's iconic is that it's the hockey mask's first appearance. Yep, exactly. Hashtag pug unicorns rule. So yeah, absolutely. My kids picked out posters, excuse me, at the book fair. This is what I picked out. So Catherine Summer says, what did you guys think of the movie Blair Witch Project in the woods, where it took place about 20 minutes from where I live? Catherine, I was actually one of the people when the movie came out. I guess it was 1999 or 98 or something. When the movie first came out, I was one of those people who were told that this movie is true. These people really went missing, blah, blah, blah. So my friends and I, when we went to the movie, we were really under the impression that this was found footage because, you know, I was in college at this time and there had never been a found footage movie before. Blair Witch was essentially the first one. I thought the first one, now that I look back at it, I kind of wonder how I could have fallen for something so obviously edited and scripted. But, you know, I really enjoyed the experience that I have of thinking that it was actually true and that it was found footage. I saw the remake of it, or I guess the new one, and it had some pretty great moments. And it was definitely worth the watch. You know, if you guys have not watched the remake before, or I guess it's like the new Blair Witch movie, You should definitely take a watch if you enjoy the franchise. Part 2 was okay. I remember when part 2 came out, and I think I went and saw it in the movie theaters with my friends. And this is when malls were actually still popular and open and people would go to them. Yeah, it was that long ago. So the experiences that I had in going to see the movies much outweighed if the movie was good or not. So usually for me, if you ask me about a movie, I'm also going to think about the experience that I had going to see it. So yeah. BRT says for him, Blair Witch was amazing and awesome. I do have to say that yes, for its time, Blair Witch was spectacular. I mean, like I said, it certainly fooled me and my friends. We really thought it was true. We went home. I mean, it was like an hour and a half to get to the movie theater. Yes. Baby, please don't scream while you're video gaming. I love you too. And we literally went with a big group of people. I love you too. Mwah. We were like 7 people squeezed into like a 5-seater car. That's how excited we were to go see it. And that's the only thing we talked about on the ride home was that movie for an hour and a half. And it was the only thing we talked about when we got home. So yeah, I do have to say that was pretty good. Sharon asks, have you seen the remake of Wolfman? If you're talking about the one with Benicio del Toro, I have to say I've seen it. Wasn't very memorable. I should probably see it again. But for me, the first one is the best. And I love the original Wolfman in black and white, Lon Chaney. Yeah, Lon Chaney Jr. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Let's see. It was groundbreaking, says Debbie, I guess with Blair Witch, and everyone, quote, fell for it. Yeah. Debbie says, I also remember how no one gave away the secret. Can you imagine that now with instant knowledge on the internet? Exactly, Debbie. I mean, even if you went onto the internet back then, there was still a website designed for the Blair Witch characters that was like a missing website for them. So it was official. It appeared official. And there was really nothing back then that was investigative enough to tell you that it was a hoax. So hashtag spoiler. Catherine says, I did not realize people were putting it out that it was true. I guess because where I live, we knew it wasn't. Catherine, they totally snowballed a lot of people into thinking that Blair Witch Project was true. And I was one of them. So Haley Twist says, I hope you were doing well. Can't wait for the new season of AHS. Absolutely. Mwah. All right, guys, so we're probably going to wrap up the stream. Don't forget, have a great Friday the 13th. Enjoy the Friday the 13th, the series on YouTube. Watch the movies. Like I said, I'm just going to pop some popcorn tonight, hang with my family, and watch some movies with them. It's really dark and stormy here today, so it's crazy. But yeah, you guys, I'll be back tonight at 6 p.m. for a patron-only live stream. The link to my patrons are in the description. And like I said, all donations go to improve the channel and to pay for the gift cards that I give out to everybody. Baby. And even $1 earns you tremendous privileges and to the live streams as well. So thank you all so much for watching the conspiracy live stream. I'm going to set up immediately after this. Thank you all so much for being here. Killian asks, remember the video you did with your daughter? I know, and she still asks me to do those kinds of videos. And that's when this one right here was so tiny. She was in diapers. And now she's so big, she's not ready to start school. So it's crazy. Thank you guys so much. Love you all so much for being here. You are all awesome. Have a wonderful Friday the 13th. Be safe. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and being part of the stream. Bye, everybody.